ThorZaIN against the Night Elf, Neo and Todd cast. That does ring a bell. Hopefully things go all right here. ThorZaIN in the bottom left as the red human for the Soviet War leads Team Sweden. Dise for Lightning 7 in the upper right. And we already see a late altar.
Yeah, that should be for a Beastmaster, most likely, unless he were to try and throw in something like a Panda first, which we have yet to see more of with the recent buffs on the Panda. And ThorZaIN usually will try and scout early. He likes to play with expansion a lot against Night Elf. And I would say he's pretty good in the matchup, but there is like many good elves out there. So he's definitely been losing quite a few series here and there. You know, lost to Moon in the tag team, and obviously Moon is Moon. But he's also been losing some other matches here and there, and most of all lost to Sonic, which is something that, yes, he had time to reflect on and maybe improve from, but also Dise got to study that tape to try and pick up some of the weaknesses of ThorZaIN in that matchup.
Well, that goes for the other side as well, right? Dise was playing Hawk, and of course Hawk, super strong player, but that's also material that you can study, especially how Hawk was able to turn it around, or basically win the game with the Blood Mage and ThorZaIN. No stranger to a Blood Mage at all.
We should pay attention to the Wisp movement. I think Dise, in the start of the game, is one of the best Wisp users out there, in my opinion. It might sound like a weird thing to say, but when you meet a lot of Night Elves on ladder, you really pick up on who's very good at moving their Wisps around and placing them on the map, and who's not so good. Not going to mention any name. I'm just going to say that Dise does a lot better than almost every elf out there, in my opinion, on the European ladder with the Wisp movements. Not losing them, scouting a lot, being there to detonate when he needs to.
That's very cool that you mentioned it, because when Foggy was rising to the top in like 2015-16, this was something that I noticed about him as well. Like, he had an entire playbook where he had the maps printed out and every single Wisp position was marked there. So this is definitely something that separates a good Night Elf player from a great Night Elf player.
Yeah, I also mean in particular the reactivity. It's very rare to catch a Wisp out of position and then be able to kill it. He'll move it very fast as soon as he sees something on the minimap. And I guess that 3000 zoom, you know, for certain Night Elves is there for something after all.
For sure. We got the Boots of Kel'Thalas for Dise. Not the greatest item, but one for the shop. Gets 60% of the value at the moment, not 50% anymore. And Snare thrown onto a Footman. That's unfortunate. A little bit of extra experience here. On the other side, ThorZaIN started off with a Claws of Attack. That's pretty good. A little bit of tankiness and a fast level 3 from this. So nobody wants to be super aggressive, which is something that we've seen from Night Elves here on this map as well, but rather focus on their own progress.
Everybody wants to be a star, I'll tell you that. I really like the farm position in the main base for ThorZaIN, by the way, because now it makes it more likely that if he staffs something down the line, it's not going to be on the outside of his wall, but instead under his town hall or more on the safe side. So something that more and more humans have started to do. But now we have level 3 on the Beastmaster. ThorZaIN did the right thing getting the mercenary camp. Ideally, you want to buy the second Forest Troll Shadow Priest as soon as it's available, which will be in 40 seconds or so for ThorZaIN, so that you can spam Abolish to make sure you can get rid of those big scary Misha bears.
Same goes for the other side as well, right? Dise wants to go against the Water Elementals. ThorZaIN creeping up. This is something I think we see more and more, that very quickly we get to high-level Archmages. Yeah,
for sure. Nowadays, before, people would get level 3 and then really insist on being aggressive, but I think now everybody kind of wait the strengths of actually going for that level 4, which is actually what Dise is aiming to do here with the Ancient of War creeping simultaneously. And if you don't watch WarCraft super often and you haven't seen that much Beastmaster, why Beastmaster, might you ask? He offers great control around the map, like the summons makes it very difficult for ThorZaIN to be aggressive while defending on the other side. And you can fast expand fairly easily if you're going to go Beastmaster like this, basically having it completely unthreatened. And down the line is also a very useful hero, like especially level 4, level 5, you can send a Squirrel Beast and Bears inside of the human base everywhere to kill peasants on their own. Even if they are towers, there are still going to be peasants dying, which is what you want. And then you'll easily level a second hero. Usually a Panda, but not actually a Naga, for a little bit more control around the map for Dise.
Yeah, Dise was trying to go for that expansion early on. ThorZaIN with an incredible block on the right-hand side. And maybe he feels like, okay, I didn't do any damage in the early game. I gotta speed things up. I gotta accelerate a little more because otherwise ThorZaIN is just running away with this game with the strong tier 3 we get here. And that is working out wonderfully. We get the first Berserker. Dise saves his own to the north. Oh, sends it back in. A little bit of a mistake, I guess, but should be able to fix it as Beastmaster and Naga are able to deal with the footman in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think ThorZaIN has killed anything so far here. This has been a pretty terrible fight for him. Despite having defense, maybe he should have just disengaged. He did save both of his Shadow Priests so far, but he needs to be careful. Losing even just one of them will be pretty bad now. You kind of want to keep them around the Archmage. Ideally, he should have gotten level 4. But it's really props to Dise not allowing that to happen and really saving everything that he had, including that Troll Berserker, which is very low right now.
Yeah, very good crowd control indeed with Naga's slow arrow and with a little bit of luck. The bashes of the bear, you can't really predict them. We have a super good sentry ward on the right hand side, seeing how fortified that is and what is necessary to cause trouble there. We saw a little bit of a deny. Here comes the bash. With that, you can't save anything. But of course, summons are always also experienced. And he finally gets the Berserker.
Yeah, that was weird. That guy just kind of ran in there. There was a Staff of Preservation already ready. He could have saved that. Maybe tried to go for it a little too late. The tech differential is huge, though. Like, Dise has been tier 2 for a long time. He's actually maybe forgetting to start tier 3. Doesn't quite have the economy just yet. He's going to queue some Dryads first to make sure he can keep on fighting. I think the goal might be to just keep on fighting non-stop and secure both of the merchants in the center.
Wow. That's quite a tricky task here. Naga puts some more damage on this Archmage. Beastmaster staffs home to heal up, get some mana again. New mercenaries for ThorZaIN. That gives more dispel, more healing, more damage. Deals with the Ancient of War now. Might slow down creeping, but it's also level 2 for the Naga.
Yeah, they're competing for the center right now. Sniping the Ancient of War is very nice because not only can Dise not produce anything from there anymore, and he probably wasn't planning on it, but he also cannot tank the creeps. ThorZaIN with the Cloak of Shadows at the last second. There is a Wisp at the bottom lab.
Oh my.
He runs out of there at the right time.
If he's not Shadow Melting and there's a bash, he's probably dead. But I don't know, maybe he overstayed his welcome here. Another Berserker. This is not a day for Berserkers, Todd. They're all getting sniped left, right, and center. Everybody knows, of course, how much experience they give. And ThorZaIN continues to, I don't know, fall apart, I want to say. Everything is low. Mercenaries getting taken out. Dise playing a wonderful skirmish in the middle.
I mean, both of their armies are entirely gone. And ThorZaIN, he goes double Sanctum, double Barracks.
Whoa.
So that means he wants to go for a push. He wants to get a lot of rifles, priests, maybe add some sorceresses if they are bears, and do a gigantic push on the expansion of Dise. But Dise catches one of the first rifles there. He drops a shredder inside of the main base.
What is happening? Who does that? I've not seen this in a long time.
Not even Sonic.
Not even Sonic, indeed. He's diving with everything he has, trying to slow down these riflemen. An incredible amount of normal damage, of course, coming from the Shredder. And this succeeds. He gets... Oh, does it though? It does not. Wow. And the Shredder is locked behind enemy lines, trying to TP him out. Is there a little bit of repair maybe that might save the Shredder? Oh, no.
Oh my god. It's the Shredder he should have staffed and then TP'd out, because he was going to be stunned for too long to be able to properly escape. Dies with a big mistake here. And that Shredder drop actually didn't do anything. At first I was like, he might kill a lot of peasants, but no, ThorZaIN, this is exactly what he wants as well, because he's going for Mass Caster and Rifle.
Okay. That's gonna be a quick and powerful 70 supply push. That was also a very expensive push for Dise in that regard with the Shredder. He did kill 2 riflemen, so he slowed down everything by a little, but the investment clearly too much here. Level 5 Archmage, Beastmaster falling behind a little bit. Level 3 Naga around the corner on ThorZaIN's side. We get the Mountain King, obviously. Already on level 2 as well. Double heal scroll.
Yeah, very important to have, because he's going to go high in upkeep very quickly here, supposedly. I don't see ThorZaIN taking to tier 3 anytime soon here with this strategy. He just wants to get a ton of units and go for a timing. This is reminiscent of Dise's match against Hawk, by the way, on Autumn Lives. But it was one base against one base, that one. Where it was Beastmaster Naga against Archmage Mountain King. And when the Mountain King got free, Hawk went for a gigantic push that simply just killed Dise. There was nothing he could do against that.
Yeah.
So So in this game, he's trying to get some damage done. He's trying not to let the merchant go entirely to ThorZaIN. ThorZaIN stumbles the bear early, so the Magi should actually go to Dise now, but he's focusing on the Mountain King.
Interesting. Yeah, I can always fall back and creep it later. Smell some blood literally in the water here. Dryad also very hurt. Both of the Dryads. He's just running into the Rifleman. Interesting choice. It's a bloodbath here again.
Yeah, they've just been fighting in the center non-stop. This feels like a UFC fight, you know, where one of the fighters just pointed at the ground and is like, let's swing and bang in the middle. That's what they've been doing the whole time. Dise transfers the staff to the Naga. The Naga's being blocked. Oh, ThorZaIN is so good at these blocks. Can he maybe get one more here against the Naga? He's going to send the Footman ahead. There's a One of the Winds. Oh my god, is that Naga gone?
Oh, there's
about to be a bolt.
No Stormbolt at the moment. That saved her life, probably. Yeah, what a crazy block. He was blocking the Naga, so the Naga blocks the Beastmaster. Crazy high level here. Beastmaster still not level 5. And Moonjuice looking pretty bad, actually. Dise has arrived on tier 3, and he goes for a Mountain Giant, which tells me that he is very afraid of that push that's to come.
Yeah, he did that against Hawk on Conceal Hill when they played. He made one MG, and then he was going into more Dryad Bear with one single Fairy Dragon. In this game, his economy and the way they've been trading, he cannot really afford to just go for a win yet. He's focusing on getting more Bears and Mountain Giant out. And this is usually a lot more straightforward when you're facing a big tier 2 army like he's facing. But ThorZaIN now finally starts tier 3, gets the workshop as well. He's on 61 supply. So very similar to what we saw from Hawk as well on Conceal Hill when he played against Dise, except Hawk was playing Blood Mage second, which was a big part of his success.
Absolutely. ThorZaIN, a little bit of a different idea here. Was that a Thermal Retraining? Yeah, we got Blizzard early. This was something that Hawk wasn't playing because, of course, he had Flame Strike to work with. Blizzard, very, very powerful as well. Dryads dispel Water Elementals most of the time anyway, which then feeds the heroes up to high level. With that text...
I think the Mountain King here... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was about to ask if Dise weathered the storm already, because this 4 production building push never really happened for ThorZaIN.
Yeah, I actually think like if you go for this style, you're kind of supposed to push, but he's doing a different version where he just kind of tried and take control of the center instead, and then just went for the late tech on 60 supply, where you go into Knights eventually, you mix in Breakers, you add Mortars as well to counter Dryads, and then if they are Fairy Dragons, you mix in Flying Machines.
Sounds pretty powerful to me. We get Fairy Dragons now indeed. Engine of Wind is coming. The Ogre Magi, the last creep on the middle, is falling. Went of Mana Stealing against the Mountain King can always be a decent adjustment or an addition. Ultra Vision is coming. The Engine of Wind actually a little hidden behind, but the Shredder made sure that there's space here.
Possible Creepjack here. But might not so much be a Creepjack if ThorZaIN just disengages from the creeps. He's almost on Mountain King level 4, by the way. He already has Clap level 2. That Clap Blizzards, we saw Sonic yesterday overextend inside of Flame Strike in particular. I really hope that Dise does better with this, because, you know, every time my heart melts a little bit when I see this big movement into Clap Blizzard.
Everything was melting by all that fire yesterday. We do have a level 5 Beastmaster now, as well as a level 5 Archmage, so Blink Bash Bear... Oh, no? Is he going for Quillbeast? No. Should be the big bear coming in.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, free experience here. ThorZaIN will happily oblige. One of the players known for his great micro, and that was one of those moments here where he's positioning himself really well defensively next to the towers. Dise is kind of struggling. He's moving left now, but then the back of his army is that one Naga, which is going to be targeted. The staff is actually down on the Beastmaster. I think if ThorZaIN knew, he would have targeted the Naga to try and force another mistake.
Now there's no mana. Oh, there's one Stormbolt actually. But yeah, no real surface area for Dise, and I think he realized this as well. Tries to go for another expansion on the left-hand side.
Yeah, this is pretty smart, I think, at this moment in the game, because he knows that the one in the bottom right hasn't been crept yet. So if you can be ahead by one expansion for a while, you can maybe sometimes break into 100 supply, or you might just be able to hit and run a little more. He ran all the way around and is now in a position to maybe go and steal the red camp himself. But Dise Little bit of hesitation. He doesn't know if the human player is right behind him, so he's not going to go directly. And the item's already gone, so technically just getting the experience, not the most enticing thing to actually go for.
Yeah, it's a little bit of experience, but okay. Fog Lightning level 3 is pretty good, of course. Very good damage on the Naga in general. The item here, Legion Doomhorn, absolutely amazing against Dryad slow and Naga slow. And of course a little bit of health on top of things. ThorZaIN, is he ready? Around 80 supply. We have a Paladin, we have a Mana Potion, we got even a Book of the Dead, and I think no Wisps around.
Yeah, the Hippo didn't want to live. Just ran right in there. Blizzard Clap. He's going to be used from the get-go. He has to staff the Pala early.
Inner fire rifles, here we go. The fairies, how long will they survive against all these rifles? Not for too long. Clap and Blizzard combo, an absolute beauty in the hands of ThorZaIN. And now he realizes, hey, Wisps are a little far away from this, so let's go for the Book of the Dead. Man, Dise is just melting. The Mortars are doing a wonderful job. The Archmage got level 6 as well. Mountain King is in a little bit of trouble, but he also has the big potion, and this army by Dise is barely existing anymore.
I don't think he's even killed anything. Maybe 1 unit max. And now he's going to be falls back. Mountain King pops the clarity. Having Legion is so amazing here too for the chasing potential. Mountain King almost level 5. If Dise lost the fight this hard against a Mountain King level 4, I don't want to imagine when there is Clap level 3.
Yeah.
And the Archmage being level 6 here. What? Does Dise have to cancel that? A lucky bash from Misha? That's it?
Yep. That is indeed it. That is jump around for ThorZaIN. House of Pain. Shout out. Dise has the 3rd base up though. Can he stall time? Can he do something about it? I mean, we don't see a Chimera Roost or something, which would also be a little ill-advised against the workshop that is up already, against all these rifles. And ThorZaIN, he's just getting ready for the knockout punch, I think.
Fairy Dragon. A little bit sloppy. He sends that right in there to just be sniped immediately by the rifles, which have +3 attack. He's going to trigger Inner Fire immediately. Remo's smiling watching this right now. Inner Fire rifles, his bread and butter. Clap Blizzard landing on everything. Oh my god, even the MG died so quick. And he actually gets it at the last second.
Not good. Not good for the young talent Dise. This is looking like a strong ThorZaIN who put in the work in the past 2 days. Stepped up his game, but let's not forget the first game against Sonic also looked really good before Sonic was able to strike back on map 2 and 3. But this is a game as a human player that you clearly enjoy. He's floating in gold. He has high level heroes. He can use mass teleport if he wants to. He's expanding for the 2nd time. You just want this game to continue.
Got quite the bank.
Yeah.
If there were ever a time to go for 100 supply, I think that'd be it here when you're starting to bank that much. He actually mass tellies out of there. He's just content with sniping the gold mine and all the wisps that were there. Dise in a terrible spot. He's gonna have 1 mining base here, the main base for a moment, whereas ThorZaIN is about to go into 3 mining base with the 2nd expansion being taken on the right hand side.
Yeah. Also scouting in the north now on the left hand side. So if there's a cheeky or another cheeky attempt of that 3rd base, ThorZaIN is gonna know, and ThorZaIN is gonna react. He gets the Dark Ranger for the sole purpose of silencing mass teleport now.
Yeah, of course in the fight you can also silence the heroes and the priests, but with this many priests, usually silence will just be dispelled. Unless we're talking about the Death Note priest. Mountain King at the front, big claps to start the fight here. Blizzard has been connecting very, very often, as close to perfect as possible.
This positioning is really good by ThorZaIN, always pulling back a little bit, let Dise run into this blizzard when everything is slow already, and the riflemen gun everything down. The ferry position is actually pretty good, so the priests take damage, but yeah, it feels like these are the last moments of Dise on LR. ThorZaIN, this MK staffed out. How could I doubt the survivability here? Hero focus is a last-ditch effort. He actually gets the Paladin.
Yeah, but Archmage gets level 7. ThorZaIN has barely lost a unit now for a very long time. He's going to lose 1 rifle here, but he still has so much left over. He actually broke upkeep. He was at 87 supply for his moment here. 3-2 rifles.
Yeah, that's just painful. Dise is trying with Fork Lightning, with Micro. But what can he really do? Like, you can summon all the bears in the world. This won't help him.
Yeah, ThorZaIN's repositioning in the fights has been absurd this game. Like, every time Dise was coming in, he just kited perfectly, like, back into a position where Clap and Blizzard was just grinding down this Night Elf army.
ThorZaIN even went for Cannon Tower with frag shards, of course. Nice synergy there against, I don't know, Dryad run-bys. Dise somehow... anything. Dise somehow...
Oh, the Dark Ranger.
Poor Dark Ranger. No love for that lady. And he kicks the expansion, and that is ThorZaIN winning map number 1.
In a very entertaining game, finally Mr. DreamHack brings it back and shows us a really good performance that was really close for a very long time. I also think Dise looked good there for a long while. Again, his fundamentals are on point. His Dryad control in the middle, his snap micro to pull back Dryads is some of the best in Europe, really. But maybe decision-making still where he has to work on a little bit. Naga second. Understandable, he wants to maintain position in the middle and get those camps, get that juicy XP and the items. But wouldn't Panda just have done the same? He had such a big tech lead, he didn't have to be worried about an MK for a long time. Adding in a Panda there, I think could have also been well enough to get these camps in the middle and would have been way stronger in the late game. The Naga, yeah, she can carry the orb, but she ain't got no breath.
Yeah, I think he felt a little under pressure there and couldn't really catch up because there was no damage done in the first place. And yeah, the game slipped out of his hand right there. Cool game, promising game, hungry for more. We're gonna be back with map 2 in just a bit. Here we go, day 4 of DreamHack Summer. Will we finally have a Swedish victory here? We're one map away from ThorZaIN eliminating Dise.
I hope we're going to have 3 maps here. This was a very entertaining game 1 between them, and Dise keeps making these games close. Against Hawk, also in the beginning, it looks really good. He's got the openings down. He's got the follow-up down. Late game is kind of where perhaps he doesn't have that experience yet. But I really think this guy has so much potential. I think his fundamentals look amazing. And hopefully he can bring it back here. Would love to see this be a full-out best of 3. You know, this matchup always promises good games if it's on eye level. I think it's exactly what we saw on map 1. Last Refuge went to ThorZaIN. And Last Refuge, especially in the late game, can be tough for Night Elves, right? Nowadays, you want to play lots of bears on such a tight map like LR can be hard to do. On map 2, Echo, it could look a lot different.
Todd, is it time already to summon the coach, or shall we wait a little bit with that?
Yeah, let's summon the coach, actually. How have we not done it yet?
I don't know.
What a better time than now would there be?
All right, here we go. I think Dise played a really good early game, mid game, as I said. I think that single MG is kind of cute, but honestly far from good. What did that Mountain Giant do? He got out a couple of taunts. It's so expensive. Mountain Giant plus upgrade just for 1 tank at the front line. If you either have more Dryads or Bears or Hippos or Fairies, I think it would be much better. And also a little over-eager in some of those fights, I believe. When you have that big bear army, you need to make sure you have the right position. You don't want to engage across a tree line or behind a tree line. There's going to be so many pot shots from the rifles coming in, possibly some blizzard clap as well. So make sure you have the right position. Scrap the Mountain Giant. And ideally, play something other than a Naga second as well.
But Remo, what about Echo Isle in particular?
Well, that's a trash map. Let's get rid of that one.
Unbelievable.
Strategy was, I meant, but okay.
Well, with Remo,
All I gotta say.
You oftentimes get this answer. Things will be very, very different. And in a little bit of a second, you will also see why. We head into map number 2. Dise against the ropes. ThorZaIN looking for the lower bracket final. We summoned the coach, and he was pointing towards the first game, but this will be very different. A, we don't have a Zeppelin and a Shredder available here, so we can't do that mistake in the early mid-game. B, no Beastmaster. It's time for the Warden.
Yeah, which on Echo Isle makes perfect sense. Again, like previously, so far this tournament, we had Sonic win against ThorZaIN with Warden games and Foggy beating Blade with Warden play as well. So it seems like it's the thing to do against European humans right now.
Blizzard!
What? He's gonna steal the Shadow Priest.
Let's get Blizzard first.
What? ThorZaIN, was that a misclick? Or what?
Has to be, right? Like
Yeah, didn't look
actually,
at his camera. I don't know.
What is he gonna do? Click on the Moonwells and like blizzard them with the altar? Because 3 buildings are clumped up. Did he predict that?
No way. Maybe he was busy, I don't know, getting the Shadow Priest. Is the hotkey the same if you use standard hotkeys? Hotkey for Shadow Priest and Blizzard? I don't know. It's weird. I have no idea.
Yeah, Blizzard's on B, and Water Elemental with English hotkeys is on W. Like, these are not exactly that close together, but maybe he plays Grid. I really don't know. Against the Warden, like, I mean, look at those peasants and footmen. They took so much damage already.
That's such an invitation to Fan of Knives, but not yet. We do have Shadow Strike, and he got the Shadow Priest, and he's probably gonna get a footman. And Dise, does he know by now?
He just carded with a Wisp. Maybe he saw that a bunch of units were low. He's probably like, what the hell? What is going on with this guy? Imagine you see an Archmage full mana right now. At least he takes away the staff from the Warden.
Yeah.
And the Warden's actually almost out of mana, but he's gonna buy boots, I guess, Dise.
Can you do some staff action, like run into the Night Elf base, haunt these wisps, and then staff out? Could that be...
I mean, if you're gonna go blizzards, I think you should go for some counter aggression to blizzard those buildings and force the Night Elves to stay at home.
Unbelievable. We praise every single play on map 1, and ThorZaIN opens up with Blizzard. Let's see, maybe he revolutionizes the meta, and that is becoming a thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it, but who knows?
It's probably good odds if that happens.
Dise finding a Pennant of Energy, by the way, that's incredible. He can drop that every time that he's healing and gets maximum mana and hit points before picking back up the Pennant of Energy. And he's well on his way to level 3 here, actually, already, because he killed 2 units. He just did another camp here with just the units. He's gonna do the Murloc camp with just Enchant of War and the units. And that's gonna be level 3 momentarily. And that Archmage might be in real danger here in a few moments. He gets spotted as well by the Troll Priest.
I was about to say that Wisps were at the left-hand side, get the Shadow Priest. He saw that. He wanted to like move around that camp, but this is another attempt of base arrest. Stop. One is level 3. Gloves of Haste. Pretty good as well. Good mercenary camp now as well. And I think by now, ThorZaIN is a little bit too predictable. He always goes for the expansion. Should you switch it up? Maybe. Dise was clearly expecting this, and Dise will punish this now.
I thought he might wait for the staff. He was like 15 seconds away from being available. ThorZaIN had a great escape, by the way, not long ago against the Warden, but now he's going to be in real danger. The Warden has so much mana. Actually goes for a footy. Kind of surprises me. I feel like you should just kind of go for broke on the Archmage here to try and get him out of there. Foggy would probably... Like, I've played against Foggy before on this map. He would just go on the Archmage, kill it, staff back home. Or, yeah, just go back to the shop, staff back home, and then camp your altar for the Archmage to come back out so he can kill it again.
Yeah, that sounds like a Foggy play there. So greedy. Okay, Shadow Strike.
Catches another footy.
And Dryad's coming, as well as Ultravision. ThorZaIN, can you deny this? He was denying quite a bit. Not this one, though.
This creeping on the left-hand side has been really sick, by the way. Like, he did so many camps with just units. The small green, the Murloc camp, the other Murloc camp, and now he's going to do the Expo with the Ancient of War and these mercenaries. So, that Warden leveling up very quickly here in this game already.
Yeah, he knows how important level 4 is. Didn't spend the second skill point yet, so he can still decide if he wants to go for more mobility and blink. Or after ThorZaIN hurts his entire army, then go for Fan of Knives and finish the job that Blizzard started. I think by now
very close to level 4.
Yeah, I think by now it's very apparent that this was not ThorZaIN's game plan. That was clearly by accident.
I mean, maybe he was just confident. He wanted to boast a little bit, you know? He wanted to show he can win even with Blizzard first.
That would be sick, actually. Okay.
We finally see the Blizzard. Even if the Warden comes back quickly here, he's going for the Wisps, actually. I would have thought the Moonwells, but yeah, he's just gonna have to staff immediately. Warden too dangerous. And Dise finally did go for Blink level 2, but I assume, like, you're supposed to retrain very soon here. He might even do it now.
I'm a fan of the fan for sure. Does he have the gold? Yep, 500, clearly, as he's not going for an expansion.
Look at the Enchant of War in the bottom left. He's gonna creep this, go back to harass, and then send the units to creep with the Enchant of War that camp in the bottom left.
It's pretty sick.
So well executed.
Yeah, he's stepping from one obstacle, or from one objective to the next. High level 1, check. Dryads coming in, check. Tier 3, 60% already for extra bonus experience. And yeah, ThorZaIN, what can you do? You do have double income. That's kind of nice. I think we saw a second Rax as well. Once again, the 4 production building. Second barrack, second sanctum.
I'm so surprised Dise didn't buy Invuln, by the way. And he didn't retrain either. He still wants to try and be aggressive.
Bro, he's getting caught.
Yeah, Blink against Mount Hacking is usually the dream because you can dodge the Stormbolt, but we've seen a lot of players be too close to the Mount Hacking when that Stormbolt is thrown around and get punished for it. If that happens again, that Warden is dead, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Ancient of War in the bottom left died.
Whoopsie. Rest of the camp. Oh, this sea turtle puts in work now. Warden is hurt as well, but here comes the sweet, sweet reju.
And ThorZaIN is taking to tier 3 here after reaching 50 supply. Might want to get the second lumber upgrade here. He's got the first one so far. I feel like so many humans are just kind of skipping it, hoping that their lumber will catch up. They're still quite a bit behind right now.
Is it just me or does that always happen to ThorZaIN in every single game in this matchup? We've seen it against Sonic on last Refuge. It was kind of the same. And here on Echo Isles, of course, it happens here as well.
Yeah, you're right, it does. But you know why? Because it happens to every single human, every single game.
Get more peasants, maybe.
And that top camp is level 5.
Oh.
And he has anti-magic. Now it's time to retrain, I think, with level 5. Fan of Knives level 3, Blink level 2. Just start killing peasants left and right, put a lot of pressure on the human, and force him to attack you soon, and then you just get the defense and you won the game. Sounds easy, right? Well,
Sounds
it's not.
There's 1,800 gold on ThorZaIN. Scrooge McDuck says hello. But there it is, exactly as you said. Anti-magic, Tomb of Retrain, and that is the Warden's specialty. She was looking forward to this very move all game long.
Oh, the Dispel? Can he get it? Oh, the Warden tried to strafe around it. Super smart by ThorZaIN. He saw the Warden movement and he already sent the Priest. That's the big upside of going for fast tier 3 when you go Warden, is that you have access to anti-magic potion, which is the counter to Arcane Towers defending the peasant lines. But now ThorZaIN, with another 300 IQ play, sent back the Priest, dispel that anti-magic potion and force the Warden back, only after losing very few peasants here.
Yeah, it's really incredible how so much brain fits into such a small head for ThorZaIN. What's Dise gonna do next? The first harass didn't really work out. Also, the multitasking, like what do you multitask now? There's not too many creeps left on the map. On your side, you can't do anything. He can expand, not even on the dot, just a little further away, trying to intercept a couple of reinforcements, which can be nice.
Yeah, considering how smart ThorZaIN is, I feel like he should look like one of those aliens from Mars Attack.
Knock, knock.
Can you picture it?
Oh, yeah.
Dise is trying to catch reinforcements here and buy time while he's expanding. But he has to be careful. I think ThorZaIN is kind of overestimating this army right now. Maybe he's just super worried about the Fan of Knives. Yes, he played Mount Hacking and he has Stormbolt and Clap. But he's lacking any kind of healing. There is no healing spray. There is no Holy Light from a Paladin. He goes Blood Mage third. Okay, so he's really going to lack healing. And instead he's focusing on adding some CC and just extra damage to his army.
Yeah, that's no healing at all. Oh, the Warden blocks. Wonderful. There was a potion on ThorZaIN. Can't save himself. Also, another heal scroll. Available step in 4 seconds. Will he be able to use that? Town portal, actually, into the base.
Oh, ThorZaIN is falling apart. Look at the bottom of the map. There's a bunch of footmen and 2 rifle having a random meeting next to the turtle doing absolutely nothing. He's only trying to micro. The units are at the top of the map. We praised his intellect, and this is what happens in the next minute.
We shouldn't praise anything anymore. We curse everybody. Here's the Blood Mage. Is he in to save the day? He's feeding that Mountain King. Can he save the Archmage, though? Heal Scroll needs to be used. Rest of the army finally comes back. Warden has no mana to work with anymore.
Blizzard landing again. Dise is like, not again. It feels like it's a fight he should have pulled back out of a long time ago, but ThorZaIN's mistake of forgetting so much of his army at the bottom leaves his base completely wrecked. He lost whatever tower was there, he lost a lot of peasants, units, had to use Town Portal, Scroll of Healing, Potion of Healing. And Dise now is that much closer to level 6, it feels almost guaranteed he's gonna get that, which is ideal in this kind of game.
Yeah, how do you stop that? I mean, especially on this map, where there is no Zeppelin. How do you stop a Warden ultimate on Echo Isles?
And ThorZaIN knows that the Warden is going to come back for the main, not the expo. Look at what he does. Blood Mage and double Priest in that peasant line.
Okay.
He's like, go ahead, you use that anti-magic, I dare you. I'm ready for it.
Still can't stop the slaughter.
Dise didn't go on autopilot either. He realized immediately that there was 2 priests. He's like, I'm not even going to use that yet. Shadow Mails to dodge. The Siphon uses another Fan of Knives. Both of these guys are playing amazing, I think.
Oh, wow. High level micro now. Couple of mistakes here and there, but man, Dise, he's level 6 now. Good luck stopping Avatar. Just need to be careful to not get Stonebolts surrounded, but then there's always Blink. Yeah, that's one of the toughest challenges in all of Human versus Night Elf in competitive Warcraft. How to stop the Avatar here.
There's almost a bolt. He actually goes for the peasants in the expo. Okay, if that gets dispelled, the Warden is dead. Because then there's the bolts. But he's gonna run away and then staff, I think. He's being so greedy. Oh my god. Oh! The priests are so close. They have a little bit of extra range since the last patch. He's about to have a blink. Oh my god. What didn't... Oh! And he dodges it. Oh my god.
Still connected to a degree, but yeah, disjoints. Oh boy, Dise. Too close to my comfort, to say the least. Mountain King getting close to level 3 here, denies his own units to exchange the footmen who are still alive against the level 6 Warden to replace it with something better. Tier 3 is done. Dise also on 2 bases now. We get, oh boy, double Chimera Roost, double Engine of Wind, double Engine of Lore. This is late game now.
I think he might just play a base trade. I'm kind of surprised that this army is at the bottom for Dise. But yeah, when there isn't like a lot of guard towers set up, and actually ThorZaIN added some extra towers in the main here too, and he left the priest. So he's definitely doing a lot of things right. But yeah, if you're a Night Elf in this position and you don't feel confident in a straight up fight just yet, you can just threaten the base trade a lot. Because that Warden has so much mobility, you can send the units to another base. Dise still hasn't broken upkeep here. 50 supply against 72. You don't want to wait too long. So he starts some extra wisps. And we see double Chim on the way. Actually, is that even the right choice? There's no knights. You'd want Chims against knights, but against rifles, not necessarily. They will kill mortals very quickly, but then that might mean that they are right above the rifles, which is not where you want your Chims to be.
Yeah, you need... But on the other side, the rifles also need to deal with the fairy dragons that might soak up some damage, and you can't attack everything at the same time with rifles, so that either does damage to priests or mortars. If you take one of them out, you're in a good spot.
I feel like if I would ask Dise why he's going Chimps right now against a rifle army, he would be like, listen, at least Clap Blizzard is not going to wreck those Chimps, alright?
Oh shit, that's a very good point indeed. Dise is waiting for ThorZaIN to push. There was like a 1,600 gold advantage when we look at upkeep paid. Of course, ThorZaIN's main gold mine will have a little bit more left here. 700 roundabout. And Warden is only, like, it's the only hero. So there's no Naga or Panda backup. Might be a liability in the very late game.
Yeah, in this kind of game, the pressure is on the human to attack usually because the Night Elf has much more gold available on the expo because of taking it way later. So ThorZaIN is supposed to be the one attacking, but he also knows that if he attacks on the side of the Night Elf map, there's the Moonwells nearby.
Yeah.
It's easier to reinforce. He's going to have wisps to work with more easily. So he's still being hesitant. So ThorZaIN's plan, I wonder if it might be to just camp until he's mined out his side of the map, go for 100 supply, triple healing scroll, and say, try to outdamage that 100 supply army with triple healing scroll. When your Warden is capped in damage, I dare you.
Well, then we're in for a snooze fest if he's waiting until everything is mined out. Still 5,000 gold here. By the way, Dise left. Oh, Corrosive Breath. You can't camp against Corrosive Breath. The range is way too big. You have to do something against it.
It doesn't just break upkeep. He's on 83. That's kind of weird. If you're going to break, you need to go straight to, 90, then into 100s. But yeah, 84 supply right now.
Todd doesn't like that at all. It's of course a lot of upkeep. And only 3 production buildings. Oh, 4 production buildings left as we have a workshop again. Third
Avatar.
Avatar as well for the first time indeed. Mountain King still level 2. That is such a liability. Here we go. Anti-magic, not dispelled here. The fairies in a decent position. And now you gotta decide, chimeras or fairies. Both wreaking havoc. Look at these waters. Or, well, yeah. While you still can, I want to say.
Actually, he went for a super deep dive to be able to get this. Already uses the invuln. Already a lot of mana was drained. ThorZaIN, can he prevent the next Son of Knives? 96 mana right now on the Warden. 99! Wait, how did I even...
There's no mana. There's no mana. Has the staff out. Is that enough? Oh my god. He kills the warden level 7.
No.
Dise
No
is
way.
at 50. ThorZaIN has a 1k gold bank. He does it. Does he not? Buyback on level 7. If he ever had a gold advantage, that's gone now.
This was maybe the worst fight he could have taken. He traded a lot, don't get me wrong, but losing the warden at the end is really like the most unacceptable. He's gonna have to empty the moonwells here. Actually, that might catch ThorZaIN off guard too. Because ThorZaIN is like, oh, the warden's dead, I gotta attack. And now the warden's gonna show up with 400 mana and be like, sup, bruh?
Yeah,
Where's your priest? You can't dispel that anti-magic anymore.
You know what? That would be 500 mana if not for the pendant of energy that he leaves in his base. Oh boy. Okay. Dise facing elimination. ThorZaIN giving him some time.
Okay, I thought Dise might be in trouble after this, but it's still equal supplies and he still has way more gold in his expansion. 9.3 thousand. ThorZaIN has 3.7 thousand.
A player's forces are under
Yeah, he's running out of gold. Soon catches another Chimera. Level 3 Blood Mage. With that Chimera, I got level 3. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Okay, is this Warden's motto YOLO? Like, just keeps blinking in inside of the human army without a care in the world. Not so much attention to train. Oh my god. Woo. If you don't have that blink here, and he gets surrounded, and the next Stormbolt goes off.
Dise playing on the edge. But I think we have to appreciate the fact that ThorZaIN didn't summon a single water elemental in this entire game and makes this super duper close.
Archimage is gonna get 5 actually from the big camp at the bottom here if he gets that. MK is already 4, which honestly I thought was never gonna happen this game. He's just like Dise threw away an entire army when attacking at the expo of ThorZaIN.
Oh, seriously?
He gets a random AP against the flame, against the gyro bombs in the main base.
Oh my god. Yeah, the gyros took out the shop, which is pretty good, I guess. No mana potions for now. And that's clearly an investment you don't want to do. Oh, with Avatar, actually!
Oh, and ThorZaIN preemptively dispelled to try and get the anti-magic potion out of there. Dise didn't realize that there was Magic Sentry for a bit, so he actually lost a lot of mana.
Yeah. Got the pendant back at least.
Oh my god, oh my god!
Once again,
There's
no
Magic
mana.
Sentry, he doesn't realize still!
Oh no!
I think he's dead.
Dispelled! Hammer to the head! Is that the last we saw of Dise at DreamHack? His debut getting ruined by ThorZaIN.
Okay, Dise is putting Sonic's aggression to shame here in this game. ThorZaIN immediately igniting the counterattack, and this time, this one is much scarier than last time he attacked. Last time there was no priest.
forces are under attack.
Now there's double healing scroll, greater healing on the Mountain King. Level 5, 4, 3 for ThorZaIN. He's got the air countered because he has flying machines. It's really about those bears, but they're gonna get clap blizzarded like in game 1.
Exactly. A second buyback on a level 7 warden. That is so expensive. Okay. Dise. You need to roll these dice, man, to get something out of this game still. But it's so hard to do when there's Banish level 2 against you, when there's Clap against you. And ThorZaIN probably wins this game with Blizzard first.
He needs to dodge some of these Stormbolts here. Like, he really needs to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think...
If they keep landing and then there's Siphon on top of it, it's just so bad for him.
Yeah, exactly. That was an issue in the earlier game as well. Then I thought he found the rhythm and was dodging quite a bit, also on Wisp, etc. But yeah...
Oh, he set up a 2-pronged attack.
But ThorZaIN fixes it rather quickly. Oh, sweet dodge with that anti-magic. We got hippos coming in, but that's it. That's exactly what we mentioned. Clap Blizzard. The bears can't get out. He's seeking his luck in Hero Focus Mountain King, but there's a big potion. Use it last second again. Very, very close situation. He can't die a third time.
Oof. And the Warden is out of there. He can actually heal with all the Moonwells and staff back to the Expo and then fight immediately. But ThorZaIN might just be disengaging because he only has one healing scroll left, and that Mount King is very low on hit points. Remember, he has neither healing spray nor holy light here. So it's really all about those priests keeping him healthy and alive.
What a game. Main base for Dise is gone. Main base for ThorZaIN is gone. We end up on 2 gold mines. 1,650 for ThorZaIN, 6,800 for Dise.
That one sorceress is going to be amazing, by the way. If she can slow like 3 or 4 bears, that's going to help out so much. But obviously Clap and Blizzard is what really needs to connect perfectly here. And that Blood Mage, not only is he going to take mana away from the Warden, he's also give that mana to the Mountain King for more Clap and Stormbolt.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a lot about the engagement. Like, yes, the micro in the fight is important, but if you can preset the engagements with the perfect concave, that's what they're both trying to do right now. Trying to find the right angle to come into the fight from. Dise even sets up a lot of wisps here around that area to go for big detonates.
I like that. I would be surprised if ThorZaIN is the one making a mistake right here with all his experience. He's trying to come from the south once again. He doesn't really have blocking units, but who needs it if you have Inner Fire? Am I right? Critter. Critter blocking a little bit. And yeah, we have Blizzard against this Entangled Gold Mine. Doesn't really help that there's 6,000 gold in if there's no Entangled around it.
Oh, the Archmage just blocked a bit. Bears gonna start taking a lot of damage here, but so is the backline of ThorZaIN. Dise coming in from behind with a lot of bears, trying to get on top of his army. The Avatar's in there.
Level 8, 2 Chimeras joining. And where are the gyros?
I don't know, actually, they're a little vacay. Did he already
Multi-kill.
lose them?
Dise is level 8.6. ThorZaIN, are you throwing this game away? There's barely any supply left. There's gonna be some kills right now. Bears in jeopardy. Warden, that's her game, man. Level 9. Can
Oh, he
Shadow strike
mistakenly...
now?
He dropped dependent and pick it back up before he used the mana potion, but it doesn't matter. Dise gets the equalizer after losing Warden multiple times.
Ooh, what a sick game, dude. These two players are really providing us with some awesome matches. And it's the classic problem, Echo Isle's late game against the Warden, when you have no Zeppelin, so hard to deal with her. Honestly, ThorZaIN did it really well. Arcane Towers in both bases, he had Magic Sentry, he had Priest there, ready as well. But in the end, I think it was the Chims rescuing the day. They came out of nowhere, ThorZaIN wasn't prepared for them anymore. He only had 6 gyros left, which was not enough. 6 gyros easily got overpowered by 3 or 4 hippos, whatever it was. And then the Ward could do it in the end. Those hero losses definitely made me gasp, to say the very least. But Dise comes back, brings us to one last map. And this is one of the best series we've had so far in this DreamHack.
The Dise was like, I'll raise your Blizzard first with a double Warden donation.
All right. Very, very hard to predict what's up next. What is up next is a little bit of a commercial break, and then we decide this. Will it be the second suite eliminated, or will Dise debut be ruined? Which is, yeah, the... Whatever, man. I'm done. See you in a bit. We're in for a treat, everybody. Game 3 coming up. It's the deciding match here in Group C. ThorZaIN versus Dise. Northern Isles it is. The Warden is ruling DreamHack at the moment. Can this be done on Northern as well?
I don't know, Neil. I know what's gonna come. Only thing that is clear to me is that these two are really evenly matched. It's been a lot of fun games here. A few mistakes here and there, certainly, but that made us jump out of our seats. This series has been amazing so far. And I don't know who's gonna win this, but I know I can't wait to figure out who it's gonna be.
Okay, then. We saw ThorZaIN, we saw Dise, and one of them will be eliminated here. What a story that would be. If the 21-year-old debutant kicks out one of the most famous WarCraft players that we have, he needs a very, very good game plan, and he needs even better execution, probably. ThorZaIN, what is his limit? If it's not Blizzard first, but rather Water Elementals, that will be a big improvement from the start. So let's kick this off. Let's decide this. ThorZaIN versus Dise. All right, Todd. What can we expect? What shall we expect?
I feel like when you see the results of those games, like yes, the map is very important, but for Dise, it's very clear that he has a better chance, in my opinion, playing a Warden. But he might just look at this map and be like, okay, it's a little bit harder, but no, he goes for the Warden. All right. I feel like so many times when we've had this scenario before, the player that played Warden and won the one game with it just goes Keeper and then loses horribly map 3. But that's not going to be the case here. He goes for the one hero that brought him a victory. ThorZaIN, not only did he go Blizzard first, he also went for Mount Tanking second, which against Warden, we see usually a lot of Alchemist seconds or Blood Mage second, you know? Like one of them steals the mana away, and the other one literally heals your army perfectly while the Warden's doing damage. So I think that was also maybe one of the mistakes. It's almost like a myth that Mount Tanking should be what you use against Warden play. In my opinion, it's mostly true in one base versus one base scenarios. But when there's 2 base against 2 base, you need Healing Spray. Like we saw that at the end of the game. He was just losing all of his units to Fan of Knights.
Yeah, for sure. In the end, there was Siphon mana 3, but until then, the damage was done already, even though ThorZaIN reacted pretty nicely to the Warden harass initially. This map, we gotta say, very, very, very different from Echo Isles. A, there's more than one expansion per player. Holy greater mana, that's pretty good. B, there's a laboratory for Zeppelin, Shredder, Sapper, maybe even. This is gonna be a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, ThorZaIN going for the straight expansion creep.
Again.
The item is so important here. Like if you get a Crystal Ball or Ring, like you just want to cry. If you get Claws +9 or Ring of Regen, it's obviously pretty amazing. Dise hasn't picked it. Okay, he tries to go for a steal. It's a pair of Vitality, so a little bit of extra hit points on the Archmage. Can he get the Water Elemental? Yes, that's level 2. So that's going to be Fan of Knives available immediately, but he goes Shadow Strike, even though the Archmage has pair up of Vitality and these extra hit points, 150 of them.
Not only does he go Shadow Strike, but yeah, Blink Shadow Strike it is. No Fan of Knives, so single target. ThorZaIN will try to save these peasants into the gold mine. Maybe later a transition to Fan of Knives again. As we said, there's Zeppelins here with great reaction time. You can save the peasants from that. Dise has, of course, a great weapon to his hands with the Potion of Greater Mana. That is an item, if you see it in the hands of your opponent, you want to start crying as well.
Yeah, but Dise actually didn't make the shop at the top that you're supposed to creep with. The small green camp.
Now he does.
Now he gets it. A lot of elves, they get that a bit earlier. But yeah, we can see Dise is already going to start working, even with a low hit points Warden, towards getting that level 3, which is super important here. And ThorZaIN's plan will be to just defend against that, make sure it doesn't happen. He actually chickens out for a little bit here and starts pulling back. Maybe he's not sure where exactly Dise is, so he wants to stick around his expansion.
Oh, Dise knows very, very well where his opponent is. There was a Wisp at the shop, there's a Wisp here in the middle, there's a Wisp at the lab. Once again, you pointed that out on last Refuge again. It's a very, very good observation in my opinion. He gathers a lot of information here.
Oh, and ThorZaIN steals the Staff of Teleportation away. That's something that he also did last game, which is very important against the Warden. as a Warden player, you always want to have that staff. And surely when the second one becomes available, Dise will bite as well. Oh, the Archer. Oh, he pulled the aggro. He was going to lose his Archer to the Murloc here because he was kind of trapped in the middle of everything. So he attacked his own Archer to make the Murloc attack the one other Archer. Very well done by Dise to get that safe. You should never be losing any Archer here, really.
Exactly. And if you want more tricks like this, like switching aggro from creeps, and Todd has a wonderful little tutorial on his YouTube channel. Go check it out if you want to get better at Warcraft 3.
It's also on Back to Warcraft channel. Yeah, it's my best tutorial in my opinion. Some of the best tricks, like the Zeppelin unload. Let's see, is that level 3 right now? Ooh, big deny.
Oh man.
But level 3 is about to be reached regardless because the camp on the other side was finally grabbed by the archers and the shop. Archmage under threat now. He can actually just staff out and then use replenishment potion. ThorZaIN got such perfect items against this play here.
Okay, far into the back. Warden doesn't really matter. Focus fire switches onto the real Warden. Big mana potion still hides in the shadows once again. And the Archmage is in trouble.
I didn't realize that was a space back there. Town portal might be forced. Oh, and he faked it! Such a cool play by Dise. Wait, he portaled to the expo?
No
Oh
way.
my god, he's dead.
One popped the potion. There's no way out. Max he can do is deny, but he doesn't even get that.
I think he double-clicked. He might have double-clicked. Like, you always think that when you double-click, it's gonna go to the main, but he might have just gone to the expo here with a double-click and then Dise, you know, like when you town portal, not everybody knows this. Actually, that should have been in my tutorial. The hero points towards where he's going. So Dise saw the Archmage turn all the way down and look towards that natural, and he knew that the Archmage was tipping there. He's like, all right, well, I guess I get a freebie. Goes back there. He's now 3.4, which can only mean there's going to be more domination with the Shadow Strike and target onto the Archmage, which, by the way, doesn't have a town portal anymore.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dise, can you make it work? Once again, he ramps up the Warden. He was at the tavern for quite some time. Wondering if he wanted to go for a second hero. Now he has the gold. ThorZaIN is making sure that no hero comes out of there. But okay, Warden solo it is once again. Sold all the items he got, even the slippers, which is interesting to say the least, for telestaff and boots. So much mobility on Dise.
Yeah, ThorZaIN started improved lumber harvesting before reaching tier 2, so that's going to help out with his lumber, which yet again, he definitely needs some help with that. Sends the footman around the center, so I think perhaps an alchemist second this time, but when you see the Warden with that much mana around,
Have fun.
you might buy this hero straight into his death. So he buys Town Portal and then heads to center, so I think he's going to buy the alchemist with the Archmage. Dise, does he fully cover that area? He has Ultra Vision, I believe. Look at how far the Archer see. He's actually going to see immediately when the Archmage buys the Alchemist, if that's what he wants to go for, but he queued a Mountain King. So he still is trying to play Mountain King second against Warden.
Okay. Okay. Archmage, what is he doing? He's just moving north. He's checking. Is there an expansion? No. If there is one, of course, easy cancel. Maybe
he's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. Dise is just continuing the hunt. Hello, Shadow Strike. You know that feel, huh?
That's one of the roughest way to tell the opponent to get off your lawn here.
Yep.
Just blink Shadow Strike.
And it works. It works very, very well. Double Sanctum. No second racks yet.
I wonder if this time he might do a timing. Just get to 60, 70 supply, double healing scroll, go for an attack, bring peasants, get some towers, make the Night Elf cries about the repair rate.
Creep check opportunity now. There is defend. ThorZaIN, you need to get something done. You need to level this MK. This is, of course, amazing having the Scourge Bone Chimes at Bears. Block is good, but doesn't matter if there's Blink.
Yeah, big Cryptjack here, actually. He's preventing the experience from going to the Warden, which may have been level 5 or at least closer to it. And he also killed units. So that perfectly plays into ThorZaIN's favor. He does go for Castle Tech, despite having broken upkeep already.
Okay. Rifles, priests. It is the same situation. It is the same strategy as it was before. Wait a minute. Didn't he just sell a Tome of Retraining? Did he get a Tome of Retraining? What happened there? Did he...
Didn't.
He stole the Tome of Retraining
Players' forces
to
are
prevent the
under attack.
Warden from going fan of knives? Is that what just
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah, that's actually super smart. It's super smart because it's a long cooldown.
2
So now
minutes.
he knows that there's not going to be any fan of knives anytime soon inside of his peasants. And it makes it so much easier. Like, if there's something you don't have to worry about. Like, obviously, if Warden wants to go there and Shadow Strike peasants, like, sure, but that's not going to be nearly as effective.
Forcing another issue here. There's so much reju on the Night Elf, or regeneration on the Night Elf now. There is on the Warden alone, Health Stone, plus of course rejuvenation from bears, plus the health you get back from the Vamp Aura. Bears, ThorZaIN, do you want to fight them already? This bear, quick death, not even close to level 4. The Warden still reigns supreme.
Yeah, this is a tricky timing for both players to be fighting at. Like, ThorZaIN, this is just before he gets to bigger supply and fights more comfortably against this type of army. He's sending in the militia. He has the first sorceress there. And might be able to force a town polo in a second. Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah,
Fakes
staff.
the Stormbolt.
Ooh, nice, trying to get around with Blink and Staff.
Dies, your units. No, not the other way. Oh my god, no!
Whoopsie. GPS
And the
system
Warden
going
got up
crazy.
with staff, so she cannot staff back in. So all these units might get chased down and die. No, dies.
Oh my god. This MK block again. Magnificent. Dryads are here now to save the day for at least this one bear.
And ThorZaIN is going to make sure that he has some sort of healing this time. So he goes for Paladin third, not quite the Blood Mage that we saw last game.
But that means the Warden can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I mean, there will still be Stormbolts to worry about. Which, speaking of, actually is dodged by the anti-magic.
I was about to say, except if you dodge it better than you did on Echo Isles. Fan of Knives transition is done, so the Tome of Retraining was picked. A little cheaper than it was before. Links into safety as the bears cover the little choke. Man,
ThorZaIN
this...
getting he got a deny on a footman on his 68 army supply. Unheard of.
This game is still everyone's to take, but we're getting closer and closer to Avatar of Vengeance.
Yeah, but not much mana on the Warden to work with, so that might encourage ThorZaIN to re-engage. He's got more supply. Didn't rally the workshop that he has correctly, though, so that mortar not quite there. He could actually just staff out here, yeah. That expo. ThorZaIN, if you were to move up here, that would have been super scary. He gets a Tinker. That's actually really crazy good, because there is no Blood Mage.
Oh,
So the
yeah.
Tinker will have the full use of his entire mana pool, and he's going to start the game with level 2 because he's creeping the expansion on his own. So if he can get level 3, that backline, cluster rockets, I'm assuming there will be a retraining tome eventually.
There is cluster rockets, exactly, and then you can stop Blizzard if the Archmage decides to go for it. Cleans the
Oh,
lab
he already
now.
retrained.
No, he still has Water Elemental. Or what do you mean?
No, Dise.
Ah, yeah, he did.
He's working with Fan of Knives now. So level
Yeah.
6 reached at the expo. Is going to leave that when there is already a lot of corpses. And now ThorZaIN cannot mine from that base for a very long time. And this puts pressure on him to attack. He's jumping the army. There's no temple on the Tinker. Oh my god. He's going to catch it.
Can the Warden come back? Needs the staff home. I don't know if it's on cooldown or not. The Tinker, bye. That was not a nice day for him here. Bears are attacking the mortar teams. The fight is all over the place. Bears are suffering. Where's the Warden?
Wait, he Fan of Knife for one mortar.
Okay.
What?
Really
He has
wanted
no
to get
mana
rid
now.
of it. Mortar teams are wrecking the Dryad. Feels like Dise is a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, this was really the worst moment for him to get engaged into here. Wasn't quite ready for that. ThorZaIN really making the most of this fight. Gets Archmage level 4. And he has one staff to work with. Right now it's on cooldown. Dise blinks to the other side, but Bears left in enemy territory here.
Yeah, what can he do about it? We'll just die, I guess. Dise is down to 40 supply, not even. And there's a level 3 Mountain King. That's more mana. Blocks himself. Or long range Stormbolt. You can go to the Olympics if you can throw a hammer that far.
Dude, he might join the Avengers. Warden is back. Of course we're gonna blink in immediately. Gets rid of a sorceress and a mortar. Where did he shadow mail immediately?
Are under attack.
Good question. Slowed now.
ThorZaIN sees that there is the expansion up for Dise. Dise needs to catch back up in supply here. 40 against 64. He finally got Tinker back, but I don't think he can get it leveled. And I think Dise still at the rally point that he had set from when he made the Warden in the start of the game. The Tinker headed to where the Tusker camp is.
Can these guys not fight the entire time? What a crazy series there is. This is. ThorZaIN going to the shop. Heal scroll would be nice. Can't afford it really. For the first time in forever, I see ThorZaIN without a bank.
Yeah, the thing about Dise is that he plays so aggressive that he makes you believe that there is potential for counterattacks, you know? Because he attacks your Expo, Fan of Knives a bunch, and then you're like, oh, he's out of mana, I need to attack. But then his movements, his understanding of how to use the staff is so good that he always gets back on time to fight effectively. The cluster rocket is going to be huge here. Inside of the casters, oh my god.
Oh,
that plus the Fan of Knives.
ThorZaIN realizing quickly, this is not my fight to take. It was once again a two-pronged attack here. Dryads were ready, coming from the right-hand side. Normal reinforcements. But Fan and cluster rockets, that is indeed an issue as Dise. He's using the Fan really well. There's a max target of 5 units. Wait, there's a potion.
He can cancel cluster rocket, stuff with cluster rocket here if he gets caught. But there is no Shadow Strike.
Should be fine now. But the economy, once again, getting wrecked by Warden and Avatar.
Yeah, even that Zep could just be attacked by the Warden, maybe by the Spirits. Dise, don't throw away your Warden like you did earlier. Oh my god. He has Temple, I guess. Worst case scenario, he can just get out with this. Just gonna staff out, there is no bash. So no risk of having that being cancelled. And when you have Wellspring, you know, you're like, alright, you know, I'll take a... I'll hit those hot spring waters at the retreats, the annual retreats.
Okay, let's see if this Tinker can level up here. ThorZaIN getting distracted a little by this Dryad. This Dryad might save the life of all the other Dryads, sacrificing itself for the greater good. Spirits still strong. And the Avatar is back. Warden regenerating a lot of mana with the mana potion here as well. Cloth attack plus 12. Not the greatest, I guess.
Oh, Dise is so smart. He pulls the army back with the Avatar to make sure he secures the entire red camp.
Yeah.
Got a cloth plus 12. Probably not the best item. I mean, I guess this Tinker has plus 23. The War Tinker. He's got war paint on his face like Sonic.
Imagine this this guy is turning out to be a robot later in the game, and the claws plus 12 are really, really good. As they do additional damage for his buildings. We get flag cannons to counter the upcoming ferries.
Yeah. And Dise broke upkeep finally. I think he had to, because it was kind of scary for him to be on 50 supply against 73. It would mean that if ThorZaIN attacks, there'd be real danger, but he's still being active with the Warden, still kind of buying time. He needs to dodge these tumbles better, though. He hasn't been doing the best job of that, I think.
That is something to improve upon, but if you can challenge one of the greatest WarCraft players that this region has ever seen to a full-out best of 3 and to a crazy game 3, then that is high criticism, of course. You're doing something right, that's for sure. Blink again.
There is a very real lack of upgrades, by the way, for ThorZaIN. He's 0-0 on everything. I'm really surprised. On the other side, we have 1-1, but I think... Okay, no. Only now those Dise start the +2 attack. And he's going to get Tinker level 4. That cluster rocket's getting scarier and scarier. He has +30 with Food of Cutting.
What?
And Roar.
No, there's no Roar. How is this +30? Oh my god.
This guy's going to wreck.
Yeah, right? Right click should be good. You get some damage from the passive. 2 claws. Pretty powerful Tinker. And third base. And
oh, he's going to do Invis Mortar attack, ThorZaIN.
No way. Oh. Do we have Nature's Blessing? Yes, we do. Dise, my boy.
I mean, the Warden has staff and then Blink Fan, so I don't know if this is what you want to go for here. He needs to buy a Town Polo with this. That would be pretty bad to forget about that. He's gonna go for the Expo by the look of things.
Oh my god.
Dise needs to react super fast. Actually, if Dise already blinked in the main and he's focused on fighting there. He might not realize immediately what's happening.
Forces are under attack.
Okay, if this works, what a genius move. Where are we going
I think
for?
+1 or +2 of the mortars will obviously be very good here, but
Yeah.
he went for the Knight and Breaker upgrades instead here, with 1-1 being queued for that. Dise does not even realize right now. Okay, he's just gonna counterattack.
Yeah.
He's gonna force this army to come back. But ThorZaIN puts a dent in the Night Elf player's economy. Oh my god, the Fairy Dragons?
Yo, they were pretty sick, my man! They are pretty sick. If the Warden jumps in, that's a quad kill right there. And she's about to jump. Here we go, a little far forward, maybe for the first time. Not the perfect one. Heal Scroll used as well. Cluster Rockets hitting this Archmage level 4.
The Archmage.
And once again, the Fairy Dragons in position. Archmage getting killed, can't get out anymore. Is this the nail of the coffin for ThorZaIN?
There's still a mana potion on the Warden. He's gonna use that immediately. There's still so many cluster rockets available. The Mountain King gets caught. Paladin was too far. And Dise wins against ThorZaIN here after a disastrous game number 1.